Итак, здравствуйте, дорогие подписчики и зрители канала. Меня зовут Александр. И сегодня мы наконец-то возвращаемся в Genshin, чтобы пройти 2 квеста чемпионов. Героев наших, любимых. Сейчас мы летим на квест Сяо, и называется он Сон бабочки. Там 2 хачапурла что-то. А почему от них дым идет? Ребята, у вас пукан горит вообще-то, вы не видели? Это же было невысоко. Прости, братишка, пожалуйста. На тебе покушаться. На тебе покушаться сейчас. Тебе тоже покушаться. Ребят, простите, пожалуйста. И, к сожалению, когда я кашляю, компрессор делает мой кашель громче. То есть, чем я тише кашляю, тем громче вы слышите. А делаю я это не в микрофон. О! Вы типа сильнее стали или что, ребят? Да не особо. Да, по-моему, так же. В каком-то смысле даже легче, потому что там не было лава-чурлов и этих, как называется. О. Ты чего, сволочь, их заражаешь, что ли? Более адептовая. А как ты это поняла, блин? Молодец. О, какой у тебя оперный голос. Это же это. Я знаю, кто это. Это худой, молодой Панасенков. Маэстро.
One had assumed you were followers, but on closer inspection...
My name's Paimon, and this is my sidekick.
One sees. One too shall introduce oneself.
Давай, мне очень интересно.
The one before you is the Adeptus, Master of Stars. The one is better known to one's followers as Star Snatcher. One descended from one's mountain abode to cleanse the world of evil, whereupon fate saw fit that our paths should cross. Tell me that which you wish for.
Our wishes? Paimon thought that the Adepti and Leela were just really good in battle. You mean you can grant people's wishes?
Чё-то мне кажется, ты самозванец. Явно дело нечисто.
Are not the stars loftier than the mountains, clouds, and moon? Yet it is unbecoming of an Adepti to boast of one's powers. One would have you first speak to one's followers, and only then make your verdict.
Finally, a life full of hope and purpose. Oh, are you believers too? After my fiance had been left,
Капец, ну начинаются сектанты всякие, блин.
But then I turned to the Master of Stars for help. At his suggestion, I started burning paintings of my fiance and casting the ashes into the... I can't explain it, but it really worked. I know in my heart that he'll return.
Это эффект, поверь.
This is some sort of positive thinking.
Верующая
So
женщина.
overjoyed that I gave a
Красивое у
portion of
тебя
my
имя,
money
однако.
to the Master of Stars as an offering. After all, if not...
The Millilith don't really need to do shifts when the Master of Stars is around, do they? I'm a merchant, and I had an especially valuable batch of goods that needed transporting recently. So I asked the Master of Stars if he would make the journey with me, as presumptuous as that was. Reason being, monsters run a mile as soon as he so much as holds up his talisman. We didn't have the slightest bit of trouble the whole journey. It didn't come cheap, of course, but then soliciting the services of an Adeptus is a monumental affair. Just look at the Rite of Dissension. So I can accept it, but I doubt that most from outside of Liyue would be willing to.
Have you seen the Master of Stars in action? His power truly hails from the divine. I believe that now there is finally some hope for my ailing father. Watching him use his magic is all the proof you need. A true Adeptus, no doubt about it. Not long ago, I sought some medicine from him on behalf of my ailing father. The difference with Boo Boo Pharmacy's prescriptions was like night and day, I tell you. Once it was boiled and ready, it gave off this really ethereal mist. Seemed pretty adeptal to me.
Но ты-то молодой должен понимать, что что-то не так. Критическое мышление должно быть у тебя, ты чё?
My father will recover soon. I just know it. Sure, you have to make some sacrifices if you seek help from an Adeptus like the Master of Stars. I had to give a few antiques as offerings. But my father's life is worth much more than a few old relics, right?
Ну все. Мы всех расспросили. Удачно ты всем мозги-то промыл, да?
But they speak from the heart. Surely you jest. There was once a senior Adeptus.
А ты-то откуда знаешь? Он-то жил сколько? 2000 лет назад, да?
He said this: all things are connected. That which mortals call imagination is merely the bridge betwixt the spiritual and the material. In other words, their wishes are already on the path of transitioning into reality. Does this make things clearer?
Nope. It makes them way more complicated. But basically what you're saying...
Indeed. You are perceptive, my diminutive friend.
Okay. So, we also
Давай,
have
давай.
another question.
Oh? You need but ask.
Hey, isn't that a bit inappropriate?
Indeed. It would be inappropriate for one to remove one's mask.
Это стандартный NPC, 100 бодов у него. Моделька от какого-нибудь торговца вообще не отличается.
One reveals not one's visage to avoid further disturbance to this realm than is necessary.
Ah, got it.
Now then, what are your wishes? One senses
Да, конечно.
a tragic tale lies behind this wish. So be it. This wish is
Смотрите,
not
какой
beyond
наглый,
one's
да?
power to grant. But first, one must see some proof of your faith.
What's that supposed
Надо
to
сразу идти к Сяо.
The way of the Adepti cannot be grasped from words alone. One must seek the profound truths that lie beyond them. Should you fail to perceive one's hidden meaning, then regrettably, one may lend you no aid.
What do we do? Paimon doesn't understand him at all. Oh, that's right. Some of those believers mentioned that they had to pay a pretty sum for the Adeptus hat, didn't they? Well, Paimon's not forking over anymore. And
Продадим твое очко.
anything valuable enough for
Маленькое
him.
и уютное.
You don't even have a resist the temptation of good food. Yep, a tasty snack is sure to work. Why don't we head over to Wanlin Bookhouse and see if they got any new recipes in?
Давайте мы приготовим, не знаю, там что-нибудь такое острое, чтобы он на толчке неделю сидел и извергал пламя.
So, you'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti?
Yes. Here, and keep the change.
Oh, aren't you generous? Thank you for your patronage.
Hey, isn't that, Star Snapper? What a coincidence running into him again. Did you hear the name of the book he just bought? Was it Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti? Well, anyway, it was definitely a book about the Adepti. Why would an Adeptus want to buy a book about himself? What's so fishy about him? So, what you're trying to say is that he can't grant people's
Да ты что,
wishes?
только поняла, что ли?
Paimon thinks we should check out that book. Maybe we'll find out something about this guy that we
Скорее всего, да,
can use.
там будет что-то полезное.
Hey there! We'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti. Do you have one in stock?
Huh. Since when did that old chestnut become a bestseller? You're a rare breed of youngster if this is what you like to read. But you should be able to find a copy somewhere on that desk over there. So, are you buying or not?
Отойди, баба. Вон та полка, это какая полка? Отойди. О! Почти сразу нашел.
Let's see what it's all about, shall we?
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of evil loomed large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world, manifesting in infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, monsters, and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons. They swore an oath: restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost Yakshas, death came to 3, while the 4th vanished without a trace. In the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on moonlit nights, in the glow from Guyon, and in the sound of the Dihua flute, is his memory preserved.
Понятно, значит. Сяо последний из этих яксов. Поэтому он всех и защищает.
This book is about the Yakshas, a group of Adepti who defend Liyue. Seems like a pretty niche topic. Was there anything that stood out to you? So, there used to be 5 main Yakshas.
Да, это Сяо.
Supposedly only one of them is still alive today. Do you think that it could have anything to do with
Нет, не связано. Последний это Сяо. Ты что тупишь-то?
No, surely not. He doesn't exactly give off the impression
Действительно, он просто ерундой страдает.
The book says that the wrathful spirits of the gods defeated during the Archon War can sometimes cause plagues, monsters, or mutations. All of which sound pretty horrendous. Hey, wait a second. Paimon wonders if... Do you think those super evil hilly trolls we saw earlier were the mutations that the book's talking about?
Ну, скорее всего, да. Но каким-то образом он же их прогнал, да?
The book says that the Yakshas, after fighting against the wrath of the gods for thousands of years, became bound by karma. Poisoned by the hateful thoughts of the gods, the Yakshas would often descend into indescribable fits of terror, rage, or agony. It's so tragic. After everything they went through in all their years of protecting Liyue, they got no reward and had to deal with so much suffering instead. Yep, Paimon thinks we've already summed up all the key points. So back to the matter at hand. The things we need answers on are 1, where did those super evil-looking hilly trolls come from? And 2, what does Star Snatcher have to do with the Yakshas, right? Now to head back to where this all started and commence our investigation. Let's part the fog of mystery that hangs over Dragon Karst. To be honest, Paimon actually hopes he is a real Adeptus. But if we get our hopes up, there's further for them to come down. So it makes sense to investigate thoroughly first, just to be sure. Alright, let's head back to Wangshu Inn.
Пошли. Постоялый двор Виншу. Надо будет, кстати, там не забудьте взять цветочки, которые мне нужны для прокачки.
Flee at my command, foul demons.
Ага.
Flee!
Ничего не получается?
Why won't you flee?
Чего? Бэруня?
Star Snatcher's in trouble. And there are innocent bystanders here too. We have to step in.
Так. Йоу, я. Ну, слабенькие, на самом деле. Такие же слабенькие, как были.
I don't get it. Why didn't the Sigil of Permission do anything? Has the evil aura of these hilly churls grown in intensity?
Sigil of Permission, huh? Now why does that sound familiar? Right! It's a keepsake of the Adepti, so it must still contain traces of their power! No wonder he was able to scare those monsters away earlier!
What are you two babbling on about? One is merely underslept, meaning that one's adeptal power
Откуда у тебя печать согласия, а? Украл, что ли?
Well, as it happens, there goes another bunch of evil hilly churls over there. Should we leave them to you then?
One suddenly feels ill at ease. Surely one has
Да, конечно. Если бы не мы, ты бы уже сдох, братишка.
So you were just bragging after all. We were right to be suspicious. Come on, traveler. Looks like it's up to us. Use your elemental sight.
Слушай, пойму, но ты, в принципе, находясь в незнакомой ситуации, слишком много знаешь, что нужно делать. Тебе не кажется это странно вообще, в принципе, не? А мне почему-то кажется. Хотя бы немножко. Ой. Обычный хачапурл, привет. Так, давай мы тебя покормим. Чего-то ты какой-то вечно голодный, Сенсю. Барио Найт. О, Сяо, привет.
It's you. I remember you. I was purging some living beings that had been tainted by the demonic. It would appear that I have caused you some trouble.
Huh? He isn't usually this polite. What's going on? But you are exorcising demons. How is that causing trouble?
That is because the changes that occurred in these monsters stem from me. Or more precisely, from the karma I have accumulated.
Mutations? Karma? Does that mean... Yeah, Paimon remembers that Xiao is also called the Vigilant Yaksha, isn't he? So that means... Oh... Poor Xiao!
I see. You must mean that piece of literati fan fiction from a few hundred years ago. All things are impermanent, and to exist is to suffer. We Yakshas have no need of sympathy or tears. My comrades who have passed on would see your tears as a stain upon their legacy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It matters not. In any case, I am on my way to purge a cavern of demonic influence, so we shall part ways here.
Так пошли, я тебе помогу.
No need. I'm used to fighting alone. And in any case, these mutations originated from me to begin with.
Well then... Oh! Consider it Paimon's penance for being accidentally rude just now. Please?
Well, come on then.
Его так натужно озвучивают прям. Камон. Как-то неестественно немножко.
I will use the ritual known as the Bane of All Evil to relieve this place of its karma. You must remain calm. Do not allow yourself to be affected by the lingering wrath of bygone gods.
Прикольно. Ага, можно так делать, точно. Я видел это в ролике. Классно. Офигеть. Мне нравится. Интересно, мы дальше побежим? Опа. Рассеивали немножко свободу. Dead Inside. Ой, нифига себе, как ты прыгаешь. Офигеть. Вот это понимаю, настоящий кузнечик.
Star Snatcher. I am aware of no adeptus by such a name.
О, точно. Уже прыгает. ХП восстанавливает, ты чё? Чуть не сдох. Опа. Опа, опа. Классно. Но жизнь не тратится быстро. Прям быстро. Ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой-ой, так. А как? А, точно. Мне же прыгать уметь. Я из Германии прибыл. У вас снова такой. Ну что же делать-то? Useless. Useless. Вот это урон. Слушайте, а прикольный Сява. Жалко, у меня не выпал. Хотя лучше бы я приберег свой баннер и не убивал эту бабу, которая ледяная, честное слово. Хотя победить-то, у меня же нет воды. Тебя рассеивать, что ли? Тихо. Есть так. Все, тебе хана. Ты просто будешь изнасилован сейчас. Ты понимаешь это, братишка?
It is good that we came here. An unusual number of living things had fallen under infernal influence. Had we not arrived in good time,
Да, мы еще
the
успели.
consequences would have been unthinkable. Now, this Star Snatcher you speak of. What is the situation?
Ooh, Paimon will tell you.
An adeptus who grants wishes. To think that people could be so easily deceived by such blatant lies.
As an adeptus, do you have the power to grant wishes, Yao?
The Liyue of yesteryear would never ask the adepti for boons unearned. Millennia ago, the ancestral people of Liyue asked for nothing more than the strength to defend the land they called their home.
To be honest, an adepti who grants people's wishes is probably more appealing to people nowadays.
However feeble people nowadays may be, they are not my concern. I concern myself only with following Rex's lap.
Oops, Paimon spoke without thinking again. Oh, one more thing. That fake adeptus has a sigil of permission. It's what it uses to exorcise demons.
Wait, truly? Fool.
А, понятно.
Exorcising demons without
Он их изгоняет, а они накапливаются.
It is no wonder they have been congregating here. If this continues, things may spiral out of even my control. We must confiscate his sigil.
Great minds think alike. Paimon agrees.
Да, чтобы в будущем такой херней не занимался.
For trying to fool us. And it just so happens that we've got a real adeptus with us too. If Xiao were to teach Star Snatcher a lesson, you can bet he'll never dare to pose as an adeptus ever again.
No. I only slay demons. I
Так
do
а
not kill
зачем его
mortals.
убивать? Просто прикольнуться как-нибудь.
Anything about killing him?
It would certainly benefit Liyue if we could convince him to cease his wicked ways. I possess an art called Dream Trawler. It is normally used to separate the soul from the body, that one might cultivate oneself in a waking dream. But it can also be used to call forth the spirits of others.
Whoa. Now that's a real adepti art for ya.
A ritual must be performed for this art to be used. Assist me in gathering a few items. A sensor, 7 lamps, and something to reduce the temperature.
Reduce the temperature. Oh, some mist flowers will probably do, right? But as for the sensor and the 7 lamps, probably not the
Да, он, наверное, подскажет.
stumble across in the wild.
Do you know of the 2 Yaksha statues that stand guard beside a merchant road on the southern face of Mount Tianheng? The ancestors of the people of Liyue built shrines there to honor the Yakshas. You should still be able to find some ceremonial items.
Пошли найдем.
Once you have found them, meet me at the Yaksha statues after nightfall, and I will
Ну,
teach
как
you how
бы
to use
договорились,
this
да?
art.
Body and mind.
Ну-ка, рассказывай.
Ooh, this temple will
The spirit soars the mountains high, while the body rests as the world goes by.
Ничего себе, имя.
Sorry to interrupt
Бронзовый воробей.
Well, I'll be. Isn't that something? A pair walk into a shrine, neither to seek nor worship gods or adepti, but to pilfer the tools of worship for their own ends.
We know it's rude to ask, but we just need them for a short while. Honest.
For the dream trawler ritual, I trust.
How'd you know that?
I have been in the shrine for far longer than you would expect.
А ты еще тоже
Perhaps as a
адепт?
reward for my faithfulness, I have been endowed with some understanding of the adepti arts.
Wow. Paimon's never heard of that happening before.
It matters not. Take what you need. It is a fortuitous thing that these items may be of service to you.
Я не ожидал.
They serve little purpose.
Я думал, он
here,
нам тоже
and
какое-то задание даст.
Nothing that you need concern yourself with. Please, take what you wish.
У тебя лицо покраснело, кажется.
This sensor should be fine, right? At least it isn't as run down as the shrine. So next, we just need to grab the 7 star lamps, right? The sooner we start, the sooner we'll be done.
Так, 7 предметов. А где они? На крыше, типа, или что? Там яйца у тебя висят, смотри. О, можно было отсюда брать? Какой я мастер, фломастер. Тихо. А, вот. А, понял. Бандиты ходят. Вообще беспалевно, да? Так. Дайте-ка угадаю. Последняя на крыше находится, да? О. Сяо. А, господи, нет. Вот же она. Я ее сразу не заметил. Только не убейся на этот раз.
Paimon thinks we've got all the ones we can use now, but let's say bye to that. Huh? Where'd he go? He was right here.
I had presumed that once you had acquired what you came for, you would forget about me and simply be on your way.
It's that guy's voice. Hello? Where are you?
My physical form ceased to exist over 1,000 years ago.
What you witnessed earlier was an illusion, created by the Adepti art known as mortal lingering. Now that you have taken the 7-star lamps and censer used in the mortal lingering ritual, my form is no longer... It is not untrue to say this. The line between Adepti and ghosts is a fine one indeed. I was once a junior in the Order of the Yakshas, bestowed with the name Pervases by Rex Lapis himself.
Бедный.
Yet my strength failed.
Его, получается, просто убили, а остальные сошли с ума и сбежали. Зашибись. Бедный.
Today is the anniversary of my death. My last wish was to see a modern Liyue, and so I took the liberty of performing this ritual here. That aside, you were sent here by the Conqueror of Demons, were you?
Да.
So, you two know each other then?
I sense his aura upon you. That
Его тяжелую карму, да.
of his karma.
Наш дед Инсайд должен всю жизнь отбиваться от своих же порождений.
He still must endure such tremendous suffering. I am truly ashamed.
Don't say that, Pervases. You sacrificed your life for Liyue, didn't you?
Life is a precious thing, yes. But when I think of the burden that the Conqueror of Demons must bear, death's...
Pervases.
I apologize. Birthdays are joyful occasions, but by the same token,
Ну да.
it is hard not to be melancholy on... Mortal lingering will not last much longer. Take care, you two. And please... If only I could taste
Жареной тигровой рыбой.
fish once more.
Блин, жалко. Надо бы ему принести.
By wave and storm I hunt for fish. By wind and snow I slay evil.
Huh? Looks like he's gone then. Paimon really hopes that at least someone will
Такая,
remember
Сяо помнит
Pervases
100 пудов.
Yaksha.
Вон, видишь, он
We
стоит
should get
сверху.
going. But let's come back here and make an offering sometime.
Я прямо со дворца упаду. Ты ведь не против, Нингуан, да? Жух. С наступлением ночи. Спасибо, Пеймон. Чё? Это, интересно, считается ночью, да? Вот и Сяо. Привет, Сяо.
Have you gathered the items for the ritual? This censer and these lamps. Their designs are flawless.
Oh, and, he says hi.
Pervases. Yes. This does have the hallmarks of something Pervases might do. As I thought, it seems that he could not leave Liyue behind either. I hope that its present state will allow him to rest in peace.
Ну да, до мира он так не дожил.
Let's begin preparing for the ritual. Place the censer in the middle and surround it with the 7-star lamps. Adorn the area with the items of abject cold. Once this is done, we shall proceed. Yes, this will do. Now, the next step is the key to performing Dream Trawler. There are 4 steps to perform.
Хорошо, что нас не поставили собирать эти ледяные штуки.
Meditation, incantation, and loosing an arrow.
a real rigmarole.
Adepti arts are the product of millennia of study by Adepti. Do not dismiss their
Ну, тоже
mystical
правильно.
workings as rigmarole. Failure to take this seriously could cause the technique to devour one's own body, or cause the spirit to be sundered from one's flesh permanently.
Отличный способ убить адепта.
I'm sorry.
When offering the incense, we place the incense into the censer with reverence for Rex Lapis in our hearts. Meditation is to empty ourselves of trivial thoughts, and to focus on the target of the art we are performing. Then we shall recite the incantation in a loud voice. Devayaksha, bring forth sin! Finally, we will loose an arrow towards each of the Yaksha statues to enlist their authority for our contract. If all goes well, Star Snatcher's soul will be brought forth.
Давай.
If you have no other questions, let us begin.
Давай приступим. So, Dead Inside. И мы тоже можем говорить голосом Dead Inside.
Paimon really doesn't want to think about that fraud.
Кто? Девяякса?
Bring forth sin! It looks like the Yaksha statues are glowing at the waist. So we just fire one arrow each at the glowing parts, right?
Да. Опа.
We finished the ritual! And we followed all the instructions to the letter.
Close enough.
Да, такой более-менее.
Leave the rest to me.
Об остальном я позабочусь.
Get ready to greet him.
А вы пока приготовьте встретить его.
Where is one? Huh? You two look familiar. What's with one's body?
Что с моим телом? Оно легкое, словно перышко. Я парю. Мертвый твой дух. Искусством адепта.
An adepti art?
Ты что, смеешься или притворяешься? Как ты смеешь притворяться мною, настоящим адептом?
For the matter of one's
Это место мне знакомо, только что я мирно почувал на постоялом дворе в Виншу.
Wangshu Inn not a moment ago. Wait, that must be it. Of course it must.
Ну конечно, ведь я же адепт.
Expected of an adeptus such as oneself. One must indeed
И адепту просто снится. Кажется, этот парень безнадежен. Нет, это не сон.
What is the meaning of this?
Сон адепта священен. Я не потерплю такой наглости.
Insolence in one's own dreams?
Alright, time to take him down.
Ладно, пора ему навалять. Что? Серьезно? Лошара, на! Он что, прочный, что ли?
Such impertinence.
Самый сильный или что, слышь?
Needs them.
На тебе.
Stop it now! Please stop.
Прошу прекратить, я сдаюсь, ай! Теперь-то ты нам веришь.
Yes, I
Да, я верю, вы меня чуть не прибили.
Oh, how did I ever have the misfortune to meet you two?
Мне так не повезло встретить вас. Великие адепты, пощадите меня, я больше так не буду.
Again, I swear it.
We did call your spirit here, but we're not adepti. He, however, is.
Вот мы не адепты, вот он адепт.
Deceive the masses with quackery. Masquerade as an adeptus. Exorcise demons without exterminating them. And display a callous lack of regard for life. One day, you will reap that which you have sown. For those who invite the infernal into their lives, there is no redemption.
You're...
Seems like Shell's got him scared stiff.
Oh, great Adeptus. Might I ask your name? It really is you. It's truly you. Never in my life did I imagine that I might meet the conqueror of demons, the vigilant Yaksha himself.
You know about Shell?
Of course. My grandfather was a folklorist. I learned the tales of the conqueror of demons at his knee. To this day, I am an avid collector of books concerning the Yakshas. But ever since I discovered a sigil of permission while rummaging through my grandfather's personal
У девушки была печать согласия.
at first, I was just imitating the Adepti for fun. But slowly, I began to stray further and further from the righteous path.
Бедный.
So to sum you up, you're Xiao's biggest fan?
Yes. Thank you both for allowing me to witness the conqueror of demons in the flesh. It's like a dream come true.
That wasn't quite our intention.
Please allow me to swear this oath before the great conqueror of demons.
Так ты на него смотри, а не на нас.
I swear to turn away from evil, to live an honest life, and to never again stain the name of the Adepti.
I will remember your oath. Now go.
Thank you. 1,000 thanks for your forgiveness, and for all that you have done for Leah.
He seemed very earnest when he was making that oath there. Guess he won't be tricking anyone anymore. Oh, wait. We haven't gotten the sigil of permission back yet. Let's head over to Wangshu first thing tomorrow and look for him. Hey there, boss. Star Snatcher's staying here, right?
Star Snatcher. You mean the false adeptus who wore a mask? He signed in here under the name Wang Ping An. He's already checked out. He said he wished to go on a solo pilgrimage. Ah, yes. He also requested that I give this letter to a traveler who journeys together with a talking
прикольно.
fairy, should they come asking for him.
Talking fairy? Who's that?
Ты.
Well, anyway, you must be the traveler. Here's the letter.
How strange that he would leave a letter for us.
Да вряд ли уже.
Is this the final attempt to fool us, maybe? Come on, open it! Paimon's curious! Huh? Seems like he actually left us a few nice trinkets. Along with... Woohoo! The sigil of permission! Paimon hasn't met a bad guy like him in a long time. Yeah. Anyway, let's go take the
Да,
sigil
давай.
of permission to Xiao, shall we?
Ниже. А, вот он.
There you are. We got the sigil of permission back. Do you want to take it?
You have my thanks.
May I take your order, sir?
1 grilled ticker fish.
Certainly. We'll prepare it for you immediately.
Huh. No almond tofu this time? Well, that's not like Xiao.
Ticker fish was Pervasi's favorite dish. I just wanted to see how it tastes. By wave and storm I hunt for fish. By wind and snow I slay evil. Was there anything else? I am accustomed to eating alone.
And so, Detective Paimon and the trusty traveler solved the case and quietly slipped away.
Прикольно. Даже не написали, что это конец главы, да? Ладно, ребят, мы на этом тогда закончим. Как говорится, да? Потом продолжим. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии. И, как говорится, всем пока.